Yo, what is good, people? It's your boy Persona of Gaming with Persona, your host of Mind of a Gamer podcast, your host of When Persona Speaks, and a fellow TOA member. And it is Wednesday. It's Wednesday, guys. It is Wednesday. And you guys know every Wednesday what goes down. Every Wednesday, your boy Persona drops some knowledge. You know, we talk, we have a conversation, the good stuff. Every Wednesday at 7:30. So speaking of which, that is going to be the new time. So the new time for When Persona Speaks won't be 7, it'll be 7:30. Just because like sometimes when I get home from work, I either get home like 6:30, 7, I get home later than that. But between like 6:30, like getting home at like 6:30 and then having to start up right away at 7, it's like I don't have time to like decompress. I don't have time to, like take a shower, all that other shit. I don't have time to really, get into the mode of doing the podcast. So 7 o'clock will definitely be better for me. 7:30, I mean, just because I feel it'll definitely give me time to gather my thoughts and all that good stuff. Yo, Garuda, what's good, bro? Flip, what is going on, man? Thank you guys so much for coming through. But yeah, yo, Mike in the building. Big Mike, HKG Boys is in the building, full effect. Shout out to Hard Knock Gamers. Check out that group if you're on Facebook. Shout out to the platform live as well. Make sure you check out their YouTube channel. So yeah, guys, like I said, it's another Wednesday. And every Wednesday we have When Persona Speaks. We are on episode 9. We climbing up there in the charts, man. We climbing. We slowly but surely climbing those charts. So it feels good to be at episode 9. With Mind of a Gamer last week, we made it to episode 25, which it may seem like a small feat, but it is definitely a huge feat for myself and the mod crew personally. It's a personal feat that we definitely appreciate. Definitely a real big accomplishment, so to speak. But yeah, man, any newcomers, welcome. Any regulars, appreciate you guys for coming back. And like Persona always says, I'm just a gamer trying to share my experiences with the world. And yeah. So with that said, man, let me get into the games I've been playing for the week so far. So this week has been a crazy, crazy week for releases. It's been a crazy week for games. Yo, EJ, what's good? Yeah, episode 10 is more important than 9, but 9 is a good number. Don't worry, episode 10 is definitely going to be a celebration. It's going to be a celebration on episode 10, but episode 9 is definitely good. So yeah, we are so this week was definitely a really, really huge week for gamers. Really huge week for like releases. It's been crazy this whole week. So one of the things that was released this week was Absolver, which was a game that I definitely was excited about. Very excited, very hyped for that game. When I first seen gameplay of that, I was definitely excited to play that. So when I seen that was being released this week, I had to get my body ready. I had to. So Absolver was definitely a game that I've been playing this week so far. The game itself is it's funny because it's simple, but then it's not, if that makes sense. Like when you look at Absolver as a game, like if you're on the outside looking in, Absolver does look simple. It looks like a very simple game. Graphics is very beautiful. The game looks very beautiful, but it's like that simple beautiful. Like it's not like a whole bunch of flashing lights, no flashy things, all this crazy shit that you normally see with graphics heavy games. But it definitely is a very fun and very good game to have personally, of course. I've played it now for maybe, I'm gonna say like 4 hours. About 4 hours in, 4 or 5 hours. And the game itself is very skill based. Like even though it's simple, it's like a Dark Soul fighter. It's like, yeah, that's what I'll put it. Absolver is like a Dark Souls fighting game, or combat game, so to speak, where like they drop you into the game and you just go. Like the opening scene, some dude picks you and like you put on this magical mask, and then like you in this different world and you just start walking around doing shit. So it felt very Dark Soul-esque when it comes to that, but also with the combat. The combat is very, very like, one thing I like about games is being able to customize. I love being able to customize different things, being able to make my character, you know, who I want it to be, who I feel my character is. And yo, Chris, what's good, man? Thank you so much for coming through, bro. So with Absolver, what it does is it gives you the ability to customize how you fight, but it also lets you choose the type of fighting styles that you want. And you have 3 choices. The names, I'm not good at pronouncing the names, so I'm just going to name the different fighting types. So you have a parry class, you have an absorb class, which is kind of like a tank style class, and then you have an avoid class, which is more of a like an invasive type class. And once you pick that, right, you go into a, you know, you make your character, you can customization. Character customization isn't really all that good. It's pretty standard. It's not really nothing too flashy because you're not really seeing your character's face and all that other stuff. But when it comes to armor and stuff like that, the armor is, you know, from what I've gotten with the armor so far, the armor is really, really dope, really cool. So when you go into the game, I went with the absorb class, which is like the tank style class. And, you know, the type of fighter that I am, the type of player that I am, I'm a slugger. I'm a slugger. I'm a tank class, and I'm a big dude. So, you know, I'm a slugger. I'm a slugger. So when I was looking at the different types of fight styles that you can do with this game and looking at how you can customize your fight and loadout, yo, they had haymakers in the game. Listen, it sounds very like simple, like, you know, it's like, Persona, why are you hype about this? Like, what's so hype about it? But it's like being able to do like actual haymakers in a game is very satisfying, especially when you pull it off. So with this game, being able to do a haymaker, you gain armor and you stun on hit. Yo, if you guys didn't check out my stream, make sure you guys check out the stream. But yo, when you fighting and like you can combo, like, you know, you do your quick hits, like square is your quick hits, triangle is your heavy attack, or your, you know, your special attack, whatever. So when you're doing your quick hits and then you combo into your special attack, the startup of the haymaker is very slow, right? So that's why it gets like increased armor. So most people that I was fighting, and I was fighting a computer, obviously not actual humans because the servers were messed up, but when I was fighting the like the computers and stuff like that, and don't get me wrong, those computers, they not a fight. Trust me, I got fucked up a few times. I died a few times fucking around with them. So, you know, I'm fighting a computer and I'm doing quick hits, and then like I charge up for the haymaker and I'm catching people. Yo, it's so satisfying to actually catch somebody with the haymaker and being able to absorb their attacks and the fighting stance and the fighting style and the sound that it makes whenever you connect the hit. It sounds brutal. It sounds like it hurts. So yeah, man, I'm really, really loving Absolver right now. Absolver is really a really fun game that I love. And personally, I do agree that I do feel it is the indie of the year. So far, because we have had a lot of great indies. Sundread, I know I'm missing some. Icy came out this year. It came out a couple weeks ago that I really enjoy as well. Absolver, obviously, and then I know there's a few more indies. I know I'm missing a few. I know I'm missing. Oh, The Last Day of June comes out in a couple hours actually. That's another indie that I'm really looking forward to. But there has been some pretty good Next Machina, Matterfall, Undertale. There's been a few really good indies that have dropped this year. A few of those I still need to play, like Undertale and Matterfall, but I played Next Machina, I played Absolver, I played Icy, I played I'm waiting on Last Day of June. Last Day of June looks like it's going to be one of those one of those games that, you know, I may have to put the controller down and look away, you know, shed a little man tear or something like that, the way it's looking. But that and Sundred, I also still need to play. Yo, Goku in the building. Yo, shout out to my man Goku. Goku's a big supporter of the channel, big supporter of the TOA. So big shout out to you, Goku. Thank you for coming through. Yo, Flip, Undertale did get great reviews, and Demi of Demigod Reviews. He also was feeling the game a lot. He's the one that actually kind of like got me to pick it up. And I saw that it was an easy platinum. So, you know, why am I not going to pick this up? It's an easy platinum. Why not pick it up? So Undertale is definitely something that I still need to play, but I definitely am enjoying the game. I definitely am enjoying Absolver a lot. And what else have I been playing? I played Yakuza 0 a little bit because I know Kiwami was coming out this week, and I wanted to finish up Yakuza 0 before I play Kiwami. I'm trying to play them all in order. So 0, I played that a little bit. I still need to finish that. I'm not going to touch Kiwami until I play Yakuza 0 and finish that. Also played the Dissidia beta, which was amazing. I played that over the weekend. I played that Call of Duty beta. I dropped my impressions for that on the channel as well. That COD beta is looking lovely. I'm addicted. The COD beta comes back this weekend. I will be playing it again this weekend. I hope they tweak some of the things that I had some issues with. Nothing too major. Like the hit detection was a little bit off, but I really, really do love the World War II beta. Really is fun. I also played the Ys 8 demo. And let me just tell you this, that Ys 8, that's a sleeper hit, man. I really do feel people are going to overlook that game. And it sucks. It sucks that people may overlook Ys 8 because, especially after playing the demo, if not for the story, that combat is so satisfying to play. It's so satisfying to be a part of that. Like I love the combat of Ys 8 a lot. I was actually blown away by the combat. It really is fun. So Ys 8 definitely, and I already have Ys 8 pre-ordered, but Ys 8 is definitely going to be one of those games that I'm excited for. And then I also, you know, I beat Tales of Berseria this week. I beat it yesterday. No, Monday. Yeah, Monday. Yeah, I think it was Monday. So I beat Tales of Berseria on Monday. Finally. I told myself I was going to beat that game and get the platinum by the end of the year. I may not get the platinum at the end of the year, but I definitely did beat the game. The game is very fun, very entertaining. I love the game. I love the game a lot. That is definitely a favorite right now. Like, no bullshit. Tales of Berseria is amazing. If you do have Tales of Berseria and haven't beat it or played it, play the game. If you're on the fence about picking it up, pick up the game, play the game. The story is amazing. The combat is amazing. The dialogue is amazing. Pick the game up. Definitely pick the game up. I played the Knack 2 game demo. Oh yeah, that Knack 2, I had that downloaded. I still need to play that, but I will. I'll probably play the Knack 2. I heard the demo is actually really good. So I'm probably gonna play Knack 2 this weekend for sure. Where you find that Ys 8 demo, I can't. The Ys 8 demo, you probably have to search it. You have to probably search for it. Use the search engine in the PlayStation Store and search for the Ys 8 demo. Just put YS and then 8, and it should come up. Or just put YS and it should come up. But yeah, so those are the games I've been playing this week. Pretty busy week, pretty long week at work as well. So it's been real good to come home and kind of decompress with some video games. No lie, I can't front. Not to go too deep into real life stuff, but you know, work's been pretty hectic lately. But yeah, so let's get into the topics. And Mike actually threw a topic at me that I actually forgot, and I did want to talk about this. So big shout out to Big Mike, man. He definitely jogged my memory because I knew I was forgetting something, and Mike just threw the topic at me, and I'm like, yo, that's exactly what I wanted to talk about. So we're gonna talk about Mike's topic as well as exclusives. So we'll talk about the exclusives part first. So this has been when it comes to exclusives, especially this generation, I feel like there's been like this never-ending tug of war when it comes to exclusives, especially like I'm gonna say like especially in like the last year or two, the last like 2 years, I'll say. I've heard people say, exclusives are anti-consumer. I've heard people say exclusives don't matter. I've heard people that'll say, "Oh well, with exclusives don't sell consoles. Third party is king." Blah blah. All these crazy things. I've heard people say, "Oh, all exclusives need to be on all consoles." All this crazy shit that just it blows my mind that people actually think like this, or I don't well, no, I don't want to say it blows my mind that people think like this. But it does surprise me. It does surprise me that people do actually think and believe that this is like that way of thinking is actually better for the consumer. And technically, that's a touchy subject that we'll probably get into later, but I'm going to stick to exclusives part. So when it comes to exclusives, especially this generation, a lot of exclusive games have been looked under a microscope by the gaming community, under the microscope by gaming media and things like that. A lot of exclusives have been ripped apart and pretty much looked at as, judging if it's a true exclusive or not, because the term exclusive has changed over the years. And apparently an exclusive doesn't mean that, if it's on PC or on another console, it's still exclusive. Like the terminology of what an exclusive is has definitely changed, because now we have console exclusive. Now we have launch exclusive. We have all these crazy like terminology and things like this that really throw people off. No one with a ton of exclusives on their platform of choice would say that shit. Yo, Humvee, what is good, my dude? Appreciate you for coming through. Humvee came through with the facts out the gate. Yo, shout out to Humvee, man. That's 100% true. 100% true. But I've heard and seen these things on social media from people that claim that exclusives don't matter and exclusives are anti-consumer. I don't know where that mindset comes from, but we're going to get into that. We're going to touch on that. But when it comes to exclusives and the terminology of exclusive, it definitely has changed over the years, especially this generation. I'll say it's changed this generation, because last generation, what we had was exclusives and we had multi-plat, and then we had third-party exclusives. Now in this gen, when we got like the console exclusive, which is like, it's exclusive, like say a game that comes from PC, like if it's on PC and it's on one console only. So out of the three, Nintendo Switch and Xbox and PlayStation, say it's only on Xbox. That's a console exclusive. A true exclusive is, an exclusive that you can only play on one console. A launch exclusive is something that is like a timed exclusive. So it's like like say the game launches, it's going to be exclusive to PlayStation for this amount of time, and then it'll go to other platforms. That's a launch, quote unquote launch exclusive, or timed exclusive, if you want to call it that. So the terminology has changed. Yo, Howard, what's good, man? Thank you for coming through. So the terminology of what an exclusive has definitely changed over the years. So because of that, we definitely do get a lot of confusion. And there's a lot of misunderstanding from a lot of people within the gaming community of how to, one, appreciate an exclusive, and two, how to identify what an exclusive actually is. But have no fear, guys. Persona is going to hold you down, because I can't have my people in the gaming community walking around confused. So, like I always love to do, hold on, let me type it in. Hold on, because I like to give visuals while I talk. So we need to understand. We need to understand. It's very important that we begin to understand what an exclusive is. Because before I want to go into what I'm going to say, I want everybody to be on the same page as to what an exclusive is, so that when I begin to speak on it, there is no confusion. So allow me to share my screen like, I always do. Let me see. Present to everybody. Hold up. Present to everyone. And application window. Exclusive. So Persona, I got a question for you. Well, ask away. What is the definition of an exclusive? Have no fear. I got you. So an exclusive, excluding or not admitting change, restricted or limited to the person, group, or area concerned. An item or story published or brought. This is important. This is very, very important. An item or story or whatever, or broadcast by only one source. By only one source. So an item, story, a story published or broadcast, or a game or whatever, it is only by one source. Only one source. One. Uno. It's only one source. So when it comes to what an actual exclusive is, and if and do exclusive actually matter, when you get certain people that say, oh, well, exclusives don't matter, or something that we've been hearing quite recently, especially with the announcement of the One X and these types of things, you have a lot of people excited about the power of the console, which is fair. Be excited for whatever you want to be excited for. The console is very powerful. It is quote unquote the most powerful console to come out this generation. It's, if you are an Xbox guy, that's something to be excited about. Honestly, no bullshit. That is something to be excited about. But then when you go further into the depths of what is most important, or what should be most important to a gamer, which is the games, you'll have some people say, oh, well, we got third party. Everybody has third party. Everybody has third party. Third party is not, it's not exclusive to just the One X coming out. Like, third party is something everybody is excited. Everybody has access to. That's why it's called third party. That's why it's called multi-platform, because it's multiple consoles, whatever. So then when you dig deeper and you ask, well, what about the exclusives? Oh, well, exclusives don't matter because third party will play better on my console. Let me stop you right there. Any console that releases with no exclusive games. Oh, no. Let me rephrase that. Because the console could release. Well, the Xbox actually, this year, I'll say the Xbox hasn't really released anything. So actually, I can't say what I'm going to say. To release the console in a year where there has been virtually no exclusive games, and then to hear the fan base of the and not even a fan base, the fanboys, to hear certain people say, Xbox is going to play third party better, which obviously it will, but to sit there and say that exclusives don't matter is insane. It's insane to hear, and and again, like I said, it blows my mind. But then when you dig deeper and really think about it, to a specific demographic of people, exclusives don't matter, because to them, they're gonna buy it on their favorite console anyway. So if you have an Xbox, or if you have a PlayStation, if you have a Switch, or whatever games come out for that console, essentially you're gonna buy regardless. But then you have people that say like exclusive, even to like a casual, I'll say, like even to like somebody that's a casual, because you know the casual, when it comes to the casual audience, a lot of people within the casual audience, they do tend to gravitate more so towards third party titles. But when it comes to exclusives, and to say exclusives don't matter, even casuals do buy exclusives, because a third party is on every console, and exclusive is what sets your console apart. You get what I'm saying? So even though a casual may only buy third party games, it's the exclusives. Subliminally, it's weird, but the exclusives is what pull a lot of people in. Like for instance, this year I'll say with Horizon, you know, I'm pretty sure a lot of Horizon sold very well, very, very well. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people picked up a PlayStation for Horizon because Horizon looked interesting. Horizon is an exclusive. And PlayStation got those sales off that. Now, if they saw something like Assassin's Creed that, you know, say somebody already has an Xbox and they saw Assassin's Creed on, you know, say Assassin's Creed had the marketing deal with Sony and they show that, oh, it's coming to PS4, you know, oh, well, it's coming to Xbox as well, so I'll just get it on Xbox. There's a difference. Like, for example, say you go to a hardware store, right? And you want, say you want paint, like say you want a specific style of paint, right? Because you want to paint your home a specific color, like a specific color. And you go to the hardware store and they don't have your color. So you go to another hardware store and they do have your color. And then the guy buys the paint, right? He takes the paint home and he paints his home that color, right? So he has guests over, right? And he'll say, and the guests will say, oh my God, your house looks so beautiful. Wow, I really love this color. Where'd you get this color from? Oh, I got it from Jack's hardware store. That's another sale. You know, oh, well, I need to go over there. I need to check out what other colors he got. Or I need to check out, see if he's got this color. I would love to paint one of my rooms this color. Da, da, da. Jack is the only one that has that paint color at his hardware store. Right? Jack just made another sale by doing nothing. He just gained a new customer by doing nothing but having a color of paint. A straight customer walked in, bought the paint, painted his home, had friends over. The friends liked the color. They went to the hardware store where the friend went to and bought the paint as well. That's a whole nother sale just off selling one can of paint. That's how exclusives essentially are supposed to work. So when people say exclusives don't matter, they matter a great deal, because exclusives is what entices people to want to pick up your console. And that's with any console. Why is the Switch selling so well? It damn sure ain't because of the third party. You can't buy Mario Odyssey, Zelda Breath of the Wild. Well, you can buy Zelda Breath of the Wild on the Wii, fine, but it sold exponentially well on the Switch. 1-2 Switch, ARMS, Fire Emblem Warriors, Mario plus Rabbids. Like, you can't buy that shit nowhere else. People are clamoring to buy a Switch because they see a game like that, or they see a game that's exclusive to one console, and that makes people want to buy the console. How many people have gone out and bought a console for one game? I did. I'm pretty sure a vast majority of people have done so. Who has, yo, you know what made me buy an Xbox One? I didn't buy an Xbox One at launch. You know what made me buy an Xbox One? It was Sunset Overdrive. I saw the gameplay of Sunset Overdrive and I said to myself, Persona, you gotta have that game. Do I really? Yes, you gotta have Sunset Overdrive. Pick that up. You gotta have Sunset Overdrive. You have to go buy an Xbox One. So I did. I spent $300. No, what? How much was it? No, 353. Yeah, that's when it was 350. Yeah, 350. So I spent 350 on a $60 game. But exclusives don't matter. What? Like what? Like how does that not make sense? Yo, Timbo on the track. Shout out to Miss Timbo. Thank you so much for coming through. So how can anybody fix their lips to say exclusives don't matter? You know, and a lot of times you hear this type of stuff from like Xbox guys. And what is the first thing Xbox guys say when it comes to games? Oh, why you need an Xbox? Oh, you know, Forza, Gears, Halo. We got some of the best exclusives. But exclusives don't matter. Exclusives matter a great deal. And that's why Nintendo and PlayStation are in the situation where they're at now, because exclusives matter. Okay. Yes, the third party outsells a lot of exclusives. That is 100% true. I agree with anybody that may use that argument. Like, oh, Persona, well, third party still sells more than exclusives. Yes, very true. Very, very true. Third party definitely sells better than exclusives or most exclusives. It's on multiple platforms. It's supposed to sell better. When you tally up a game like Horizon that sold 3.5 million against COD that sold 15 million across 3 consoles, there is no competition, regardless if PlayStation has 60 million consoles out or not. It's just not going to work that way. It's never going to happen in that favor. So of course, third party is always going to sell better than the exclusives. But again, exclusives is what draws people in. Exclusives, especially those good exclusives. You know, people are looking at 2018. People can't wait to play Spider-Man. People can't wait to play Days Gone. People can't wait to play Detroit, God of War. People are fiending for these games. And if you think for 1 second that these games aren't going to pull in new customers, you're out of your mind. You are out of your mind. Regardless if God of War only sells 5 million, that's good for an exclusive. I'm pretty sure out of that 5 million, at least 500,000 is new people that want that picked up the console. Now 500,000 doesn't sound like a lot, but that's just initially. Then let's creep into the Black Friday and holiday bundles. How many new kids, how many how many parents are going to look at Horizon and be like, oh, this looks cool. And then be like, oh, can I get this? Do you have this game for Xbox? Like, I got another scenario. It's holiday time, right? And a parent walks into the store. We'll say the parent's name is Sarah. Her name is Sarah. So Sarah, she's a mother, and she walks into a store, right? She goes to the counter. She says, oh, I'm looking for something. I'm looking for something for my little girl. You know, she says she wants to get into gaming, right? Oh, my little girl, she wants to get into gaming. So I want to get her something really cool, really nice. What do you have? You show her a game like Horizon, strong female lead, very beautiful game, very good story, good combat. It looks beautiful to look at in itself. And a parent is going to look at that and be like, oh, wow, my sonny has an Xbox. Sarah may like to play that. You got that for the Xbox? Oh, no, this is a PlayStation exclusive. You'd have to buy a PS4 to play that. Okay, I'll buy it. You just made a sale. And it's as stupid as that sounds, like no bullshit. You guys may be thinking, oh, yo, Persona, that scenario sounds stupid. That scenario would never work. As stupid as that scenario sounds, That shit happens every day. That happens every single day. I promise you. Yo, Meech, what's good? Meechy in the building. That type of shit happens every single day. Every single day of the year, that type of scenario happens, especially during the holiday time. Because normally during the holiday time, yeah, you got your third party, especially if you got the, well, I'll use Sony for example. You know, Sony's got all the marketing deals, so obviously they're going to be using those third party marketing, you know, they're going to use those third party marketing deals. But when it comes to the exclusive and those exclusive bundles, because even though like for Call of Duty, people are going to buy Call of Duty wherever they feel most comfortable, regardless of a marketing deal or not. You still have a vast majority of people that will still buy Call of Duty on Xbox because they know Call of Duty is a third-party title. Regardless of how much marketing Sony puts into COD, Call of Duty will still sell wherever people have always bought COD. That's just a fact, regardless of the marketing deal. Regardless of the marketing deal, people will still buy COD. You know, you still got those guys that are still buy COD on PlayStation. You got those guys that will still buy COD on Xbox. You got those guys that will still buy COD on a PC. Now, a game like Horizon, a game like Neo, a game like Persona 5, you only, if they've got those type of bundles, yeah, you may get a parent, you know, especially if a parent that spoils their kid, you know, they'll see like, so say they want to get, like, say their son, oh, you know, I want a new game for my kid, I don't know what to get him. And be like, oh, well, you know, what is he like? Oh, well, you know, he's into shooters, he's into fighting games, he's into, you know, he's into anything. I want to get him something new though. What can I get him that's new? But oh, well, you know, you can get him Persona 5. You can get him Horizon. Or most sales rep, they'll recommend or they'll take you to like the section where they sell the games. Be like, oh, well, you know, what looks interesting? They'll see that Persona 5 cover. Oh, this looks interesting. Do you have this for Xbox? Oh no, this is a PlayStation exclusive. This looks like little Billy may like this. Let me get him a PlayStation. He may like this. As crazy as that scenario sounds, I promise you, people, that type of shit happens all the fucking time. Every single day, you get moms in Walmart, moms in Target, moms in Best Buys that buy $200 consoles for one game, and that game being an exclusive. Trust me, this shit happens. Yo, Goku, you stupid. Or those guys like me who don't play COD. Yo, Howard, come on, you can't trash my COD now. Yo, COD is that game. COD is the shit. COD is the shit, man. I love COD. I love COD. Even though COD last year, Infinite Warfare was trash. I agree. Anybody that says Infinite Warfare is trash, I agree with you 100%. But Sledgehammer has definitely started to win me over, especially after playing the beta this weekend. This World War II, the boots on the ground is back. That's all I'm gonna say. Boots on the ground is back, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it, man. I'm into this COD, man. COD looks like trash this year. Y'all gonna trash for COD. Yo, we got Andrew in the building. Shout out to you, Andrew. Thank you so much for coming through. But yo, these type of scenarios happen all the time. So when people say exclusives don't matter, I beg to differ. Or they will, you know, parents walk into the store and they see Mario. Yo, they only buying Mario on one console, baby. They ain't buying, parents should know what's up when it comes to that Mario. Yo, can I get that Switch? Can I get that Switch for that Mario? That's how Mario stay in business, man. That's how Mario win these holidays. That's how Mario do their thing. Them exclusives is what props Nintendo up. It ain't the third party. Who the fuck buying COD on Nintendo? Even though, you know, people say that Nintendo needs third party, and I agree. Nintendo does need third party just to add a little bit more variety, because you can't always come out with exclusives, or good exclusives at that, because good exclusives do take time. And that's where third party comes in. That's where third party picks up the slack. Although third party now has been this mega thing where, like, you know, third party is very important, and it's always been very important in different games. But third party is also, personally, I feel third party is almost like a filler. Because why do we buy Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo if exclusives don't matter? If exclusives don't matter, why do we have all three consoles? If you have more than one console in your house, exclusives matter. Point blank. There is no reason for me to have a Switch, an Xbox One, a PS4, a PlayStation Vita, a 3DS XL, a PS2. There's no reason for me to have all these consoles sitting in my house if exclusives don't matter. And that goes for anybody. Anybody. If you have more than one console in your house, exclusives matter. That's a fact. And with like I was saying, with the third party, it's like filler. Because, you know, during a season where exclusives may not be as abundant, you got the third party to kind of, you know, pick up the slack during those dry seasons. Like, you know, I'll pick up, especially during the holiday time. I feel holiday time that's third party central. Like, yo, third holiday time is that's dangerous territory for an exclusive. But exclusives matter a great deal. But I feel exclusives only matter to the right gamer. Not every gamer feels like I do. Not every gamer thinks like I do. You know, and that's perfectly fine. It's okay for gamers to, you know, to disagree. You know, disagreeing, I think, is very healthy, because you don't want a bunch of yes men around you. You don't want a bunch of yes men agreeing to everything you say, because that's boring. Who the fuck wants that? No. But at the same time, I feel there are certain things that are just in an agree by default. And one of those things is hold up, man. This guy Chuck, let me tell you why Chuck trash. You understand? Chuck trying to use Monat, and he ain't good at with Monat. He trash. Do not let him tell you otherwise. Chuck is trash. Gonna come into the chat trying to disrespect when Persona speaks. We can't allow that, sir. Nah, but what up, Chuck, man? Thank you for coming through, brother. Fellow TOA member in the building. But there's one thing that I feel every gamer has to agree with by default, and that is exclusives matter. That's something that I feel is not up for debate. That's not up for debate. Exclusives matter across the board, not just for PlayStation, not just for Nintendo. Exclusives matter for every console, including Xbox. Exclusives are important, very important. Indies, indies is another. Indies is weird, because indies are, there's some of the titles for indies are so like small, or such smaller titles, that they kind of don't carry that third party, quote unquote, that third party torch. Indies are kind of just there. I love my indies. Don't get me wrong. I love my indies. But indies are like, that's like the kid that's just sitting to the side, just chilling. Indies gonna come out wherever they come out, man. Like, indies don't care. You know, and granted, a lot of the indies have been dropping for PlayStation over, you know, other consoles. You know, whatever. But, you know, indies, nobody's gonna cry about indies being exclusive. You know, an indie being exclusive. I don't know. But yeah, that's how I feel about exclusives, man. Too many big AAs, AAAs. Yeah, I mean, AAA games, I don't know, like, it's sad, because like the term AAA nowadays, the quality of AAAs aren't the same anymore, because a lot of the time when it comes to AAA games that we get from like these big AAA companies and then indie games that we get from small developers, a lot of the time the indie developer's game holds more value and more quality than the AAA title, but it costs less. There's plenty of indie games that I've played or that I've been a part of that just they're better than some AAAs, and it's crazy. Like, for instance, Hellblade is an indie. Hellblade is an indie. That is an indie. That is not a, some big AAA game. No, that's an indie AAA quality, quote unquote, quality game. And that was done by a very small team. Hellblade, to me, Hellblade, when it comes to the combat is debatable, but when it comes to the overall experience and the atmosphere of Hellblade and the story, that blows a lot of AAA games out the water for me. And that only costs $30. Yo, Jay Bari in the building. Hashtag respect gaming. Hold on, Barry. Let me do the list. I gotta do the list. I gotta do it right because it's Jay Bari. Hashtag respect gaming. Ain't that right, Barry? Shout out to Jay Bari, man. Thank you so much for coming through. Make sure you guys check out Jay Bari's the Jay Bari Show, Just My 2 Cents, tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. My man Jay Bari gonna have Zobi. That's right, you heard it right, guys. Zobi on the show. That's gonna be, as Bari would say, that's gonna be a movie. So make sure you guys check that out. Yo, Timbo, I did kind of spit on the mic when I did that. Pause. I had to do it right, man. That's Jay Bari, man. I gotta do it right. Gotta make sure, Bari, have to throw some respect on it. So yeah, like I did that, throw some respect on it. But yeah, man, there's been a lot of quality indies out there. So the term AAA, I feel that term is dwindling. It definitely is dwindling, because when you looking at a lot of these AAA games, and then you putting them side by side with some of these indies, it's not. And this is a conversation for like another episode of When Persona Speaks, but I'll elaborate a little bit. A lot of the times, how a lot of people judge the quality of a game is based off the graphics, because a lot of the times a lot of money is allocated and put into the graphical process of a game. Now, normally when companies do these type of things, or when game developers do these type of things, the story suffers severely. So in that aspect, you get a very beautiful game. And this isn't every game. It's not every AAA game. And I don't want to label AAA as this bad thing, because who doesn't love AAA? I like AAA games, whatever. But when you look at a lot of those those beautiful graphical games, the story is either lacking or non-existent, or the game just isn't fun to play. It's just fun to look at. And that's where indie games have really thrived off of a lot of AAA developers' inability to provide that fun factor. Because at the end of the day, as a gamer, regardless of where you playing games, as a gamer, the most important thing should be how fun the game is, regardless of how the game looks. The most important thing should be how fun the game is. Do I enjoy playing this game? That's what a lot of gamers, I think, need to start asking themselves, because I feel that we buy games that we don't enjoy just to look cool on the internet, or be accepted, or not be a fraud, whatever the case may be, whatever. A lot of people do buy games that they don't enjoy. So you have to sit down and you have to really ask yourself, is the game that I'm playing right now something that I enjoy? I'll tell you right now, I have like 300 games. I don't enjoy all of them. That's why some of them ain't complete. I don't enjoy it. I buy it because it looks cool. I'm going to give it a chance, but I don't enjoy the game. That's something I think gamers need to Really ask yourself. Like the game that you're playing tonight, tomorrow, this weekend, whatever, sit down and ask yourself, do I enjoy playing this? Because I'll tell you straight up, guys, I'm not going to put myself through anything I don't enjoy. If I'm not having fun with the game, I'm not having fun with the game. Straight up. That's a fact. And I think a lot of gamers don't do that anymore. I think a lot of gamers don't put their experience in, take their experience into account when it comes to playing some of these games. I feel like they put themselves through torture just to say they beat a game. Fuck that. Fuck that. And that's something that I think indie developers have really thrived on, especially this generation, is putting the fun back into games. Because there's a lot of indie games that I've played this generation. Next Machina, Hellblade, like I said, Story Past of Destinies, Absolver, which just came out Tuesday, which I'm loving. There's still so many more games that have come out this gen, indie games, Sundread, Matterfall. Like there's so many great indie games that have come out this generation that I just no lie have fun with. A good example, there's a game that came out like 2 years ago called Phantom Breaker Overdrive. And this game is an indie, it's a Japanese game at that, like it's Japanese. And it's like it's like a 16-bit, 8-bit style game. Like, you know, the graphics ain't 10 out of 10. Believe me, if you look at the graphics is like a 4. You know, graphically, the game doesn't look, it looks like, you know, old school graphics. And, you know, to today's standards, people ain't feeling that. But me and some of the council members, shout out to the council, we played that game. Like in this, I have like streams from back in the day on the channel of us all playing the game and, you know, having fun. Like we were all having fun, laughing, cracking jokes. And this is with an indie, and the indie costs like $10. And it's 4 players. It's 4 players, and you all play together. You fight the boss, you fight the enemies, you get coins and gems and rubies and all this. It's like Streets of Rage, but in Japanese. For, you know, Japanese style Streets of Rage. That's pretty much what it is. And that's with an indie. An indie that costs $10. And we got hours and hours of fun out of it. So that's what's most important, is the fun factor when it comes to gaming. Graphics is cool, AAA is fine, but you still need to have fun. You still need to have fun. And that goes for any game, you know, exclusive or third party, indie or not. You should, like you gotta have fun. I have fun playing this game. So yeah, I think gamers need to put the fun back in video games. Yo, actually, that's a good topic. I'm gonna let next week I may talk a little bit more about it because I got some stuff brewing in the noggin. But yeah, that's how I feel. So real quick, I just want to touch on this whole Tomb Raider situation. And I'm pretty sure Barry will probably talk about this tomorrow on the show. Honestly, is it wrong for people to be excited for Tomb Raider looking better than the PlayStation 4 Pro? No, it's not wrong. It's not wrong. In that regard, it's not wrong. What is wrong is you being excited for Tomb Raider looking better on the One X than on the PlayStation 4 Pro, and you haven't bought the game in the 2 years that the game's been out. That's where it's wrong. When you see something like Tomb Raider and how it looks, or how it's going to look on the One X, and that's what entices you to want to pick the game up, that's where it's a problem, because Tomb Raider's been out for 2 years. It was out in 2015 on Xbox, and then it came out a year later in 2016 for the PS4. Garuda, I agree. Why are we talking about a 2-year-old That's how it is. That's what people in social media are excited about. So Tomb Raider's come out. It's been out for just about 2 years now, and you still haven't picked the game up. Where do they do that at? And to be honest, Tomb Raider, I bought Tomb Raider on the Xbox. I have it on Xbox and on PlayStation. Tomb Raider looked pretty good on Xbox. To me, it looked pretty good. They didn't look bad to me. So you can't say the game didn't look good. When it came out for the Xbox, it did. The game looked great to me. When it came out for the PlayStation 4 and it had the pro enhancements and all that, of course it looked better. Of course it looked better. It's on the pro, of course. But I bought the game on the Xbox a year before. The only reason why I bought it for the PlayStation was because I wanted to, play the PlayStation version, but I bought it on the Xbox. So people that are excited for this, I don't understand them, because the game's been out for 2 years. 2 years. You had 2 years to buy this game. So if you're excited for the game now, because it's more powerful and it looks better than the PlayStation 4 Pro version, or supposedly, or whatever. So if you're buying the game now, after 2 years, to me, you're not a real gamer. And that goes for anybody. You're not a real gamer, because why didn't you buy it on the Xbox when it was quote unquote timed exclusive 2 years ago? 2 years ago, we didn't know PlayStation was going to get a version of Rise of the Tomb Raider. They've treated that as an exclusive. Go look at old advertisements from 2015. What did they say? The greatest exclusives lineup of 2015 in history. And Tomb Raider was on there. Tomb Raider, Gears of War, Halo, and Forza. Those were the games on there. And Scalebound too, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Scalebound might have been on there. But the game was exclusive. Why didn't you pick it up? Nobody that already played this game and beat this game should be this excited about the game, personally. Or excited about the power, whatever. You already beat the game. You already played the game. If you get back on there, it'll only be to see how it looks, and then you're going to get off. You already played it. You beat it if you bought it. And that's on any console. But, to some people, power is what's most important. Or being, what? I don't even think, you know what's funny? Now that I think about it, some people, it may be the power is more important, but I do think to a large majority of people, not people, but like fanboys and, zealots and shit like that, I think being better than PlayStation is what drives these guys. That's what makes them happy. That's what brings comfort and ease of mind to them, is being better than PlayStation. That is what people are. People are willing to suffer when it comes to games, all for the sake of being better than PlayStation. Do you understand? That is a mental deficiency. Like, you have problems. I don't give a fuck. Excuse my language. I'm trying to be good. I don't care how powerful a console is, man. I promise you I don't. Yes, I have a Pro. I got a 4K TV. I still don't care. I don't care how powerful a console is if I don't got no games to play. I just don't. I don't if the Pro was releasing and I had no games, I'm gonna look at Sony and be like, and it's funny because when the Pro released and the PlayStation VR released like within that same time frame. And remember, the Pro was $400 and the VR was $400 to $500. I bought both because VR, they had a lot of games, and then PlayStation had all those games. So I bought both. But if I was like somebody and like I wasn't receiving no games, and then you gonna throw a console at me? Yo, man, I'm not doing. I'm not. Yo, I'm gonna look at Sony like, yo, Sony, what the fuck are you doing right now? Can I get some games? That's how I feel about the situation. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry, but you know, I gotta keep it real. I won't lie to you guys. To anybody that's watching, Persona will never lie to you. I'll always tell you the truth. That's the type of guy I am. But yeah, as far as this Tomb Raider situation, no game on Xbox One X's life cycle will look better than God of War, Spider-Man, or The Last of Us. These Xboxes fighting. Yo, Garuda. They fight a losing battle, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's funny. But yeah, man, as far as the Tomb Raider thing, I do hope that the people that are excited for it and haven't picked it up, I do hope you guys sincerely pick up the game. I hope you pick up the game, and I hope you play and enjoy the game. I wholeheartedly do, and that's 100%. For me, I can't wait for these 2018 exclusives. I'm looking to the future, not the past. And on that note, we're gonna get into these into that. I was gonna say we're gonna get into the outros, but it's just me. We about to get up out of here though, man. To everybody that came through, man, thank you guys so much. Garuda, Howard, Timbo, Goku, Chuck, Bari, EJ, Chris, Andrew, Michi. Who else came through? Mike, Big Mike, HKG, shout out to them. Humvee, Flip, everybody that came through, man. Thank you guys so much for coming through. To everybody else that may have been watching and didn't comment at all or type in the chat, thank you guys as well. I do hope you guys did enjoy the show. Like I said, make sure you guys check out Jay Bari, the Jay Bari Show, Just My 2 Cents, tomorrow night on his channel. At 8 o'clock Eastern, and make sure you guys subscribe to the fam Upchuck Gaming and check out his podcast Plus on Block podcast every Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. Support the TOA boys out here, man. They out here doing big things. Also, subscribe to my Mog panel, man. My Mog fam, man. Subscribe to Mr. Official VG. That's the Mog crew, and subscribe to Demigod Reviews. Subscribe to my boys, man. They out here doing big things, man. They out here, especially Demi. He out here with these reviews. And me, Kev, he out here with these streams. Yo, they out here. So support my peoples, man. Support my peoples. My peoples is out here. What else? Yeah, I think that's pretty. Oh, shout out to the council, my council fam, man. Nothing but love for them, man. Big shout out to them. And yo, man, TOA, we out here, man. We got another tournament coming up next week, Saturday, on September 9th. That's going to be the Ultra Street Fighter 4 tournament. That's going to be hosted on Mr. Official VG's channel. So make sure you guys don't miss that. That's going to be really fun, really entertaining. That's going to be a nice, light tournament. And then 2 weeks after, we have the Street Fighter 5 Final Bout tournament happening, and that's going to be on Bari's channel. And you already know, man, that tournament is always fire. So make sure you guys come through for that. And man, to any newcomers that were here, man, I hope you guys did enjoy. And if you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. And to everybody, share out the video, share out the streams, tell your friends about the channel, tell your aunts, tell your uncles, tell everybody about the channel, and get everybody to subscribe, man. Trying to get to 500 before the end of the year. Let's see if that's a possibility. We'll see. I won't get my hopes up. We close to 400. But yeah, with that being said, man, I hope you guys have a great night. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. And remember, Mind of a Gamer episode 26 will be this. It may be this Saturday. I'll let you guys know. For those that are on Twitter, I may have to work this weekend. I don't know yet, but I'll definitely let you guys know on Twitter for sure. But I will still say Mind of a Gamer this weekend. Episode 26, 11 a.m. Saturday morning. Start your mornings off right. Have yourself a big bowl of Mog in the morning. And on that note, man, we're going to get up out of here, man. You guys have a great week. Peace.